Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Faleh. Today I'm going to present and talk about developed countries and database management. Here is our contents of this presentation, which I'm going to talk about. First of all, I'm going to talk about database management system and its definition and what type it consists of, and we will talk a little about its history of the science. Then we're going to talk about developed countries and linking the last two topics by relationship between databases and developed countries. And of course, we are going to talk about benefits and issues, advantages and disadvantages, and final conclusion. Definition of databases. What is databases? We can say it's a software package designed to define, manipulate, and retrieving and managing data in databases. A database management system generally manipulates the data itself. The data format, files name, record structure, and file structure. It also defines rules to validate and manipulate this data. A database management system relies user of framing programs for data maintenance, fourth generation query language such as SQL. There are many examples of database management. We can list some of them, like MySQL, SQL Server, and Oracle. Here is the type of databases. First, we are going to talk about network databases. The network database model builds on the hierarchical model by allowing many-to-many relationships between linked records, implying multiple parent records, based on mathematical set theory. The model is constructed with a set of related records. Relational databases. This is the most common model. The relation models sorts data into tables, also known as relation, each of which consists of column and rows. Each column lists an attribute of the entity in question, such as price, zip code, or birth date. Object-oriented databases. This model defines a database as a collection of objects or reusable software elements with associated features and methods. There are several kinds of object-oriented databases. First, multimedia databases incorporates media such as image that couldn't be stored in relation databases. And the second, hypertext databases allow any object to link to any other object. It is useful for organizing lots of disparate data, but it's not ideal for numerical analysis. History of databases. Who created this science? Carlos Beckman in the 60s, he created and found this science, and the main reason of doing that is to increase the chances of improving the life and to help the people. Developed country. What does developed country mean? We can say advanced countries as well. Those country infrastructure and industrialization, and it's also about the human development, income per capita, political stability, freedom, and living standard of the general population. And we can consider the gross national product and gross domestic product as well. The relationship between database and developed country. The strong countries, governments around the world, it is strong because they have some determined data they needed to make decision. For example, there is someone knows about everything and another one missing information. Who has the advantage? without thinking absolutely the one who knows. This is exactly the real value of having great databases as government. The benefits improve the countries. Informed processing, better decision. Get informed by the required data and the real amount of data about something, then they can process and analyze and compare the decision. Finally, they can make a better decision and get a good result. Issue. It costs high, and because if they want to get good databases department quality, they have to provide good software and hardware, a source of data. Almost for sure, they have to hire several source of data. Then finally, the databases access. Advantages and disadvantages. As anything in the world, it has the both thing. Advantage, we can say data abstraction, controlling data redundancy, minimize the data manipulation easily, and we can consider data can be shared, data security. About the disadvantages, cost of hardware and software. To run this process of database management software, we need high-speed processor and large memory size is required, which cause expensive hardware is needed. And the cost of data conversion. When a computer based system is replaced with a database system, then the data stored in the data files must be converted into the database file. It is a difficult and time-consuming method. And cost of staff training. To run this department, the government have to hire people with high quality and successful and we can say professional. So databases are often complex systems, so the training is required for the user to use the databases management system. To conclude, we can take virus corona epidemic as a real example of our life. The developed country, which is considered a real developed country, can count and find the real number of cases from the beginning of this epidemic. The developed country could avoid this disaster and being safe with its people, and another one, or poor country, get in trouble and a lot of cases cause death. This is my presentation. I wish you all the best.